Hi, I'm Jules T, trainer and coach. Welcome to my channel. Today, we're going to discover 5 secrets how to win an argument without creating enemies for yourself. While we want to win an argument, sometimes people can, even though you have the facts, even though you are the subject matter expert, people can go around in circles with you around that argument and it goes to no end. Especially when you're having face-to-face discussions, it becomes more difficult. And this happens more often than not with colleagues or friends, your co-workers, people around you, people that are close to you. Harder when emotions comes into place and when frustration comes in, voices are raised, your words are taken out of context and it goes to no end. Winning an argument and destroying the other person's credibility, it is horrendous. It's not something that anyone wants to happen. It can destroy relationships, friendships, and that's not where we want to end up. Secret number 1 is to find common ground. You have your reasons, you have your valid grounds, and other people also have their own reasons and their own valid grounds. Nobody goes into an argument without a reason. It does not make sense. So there must be something that holds them back. What you can do is ask a genuine question. Do you believe? What do you think? How do you feel? So you can get a feel of what the other person is thinking, how they are feeling, what do they understand from the entire problem. Try to understand their perspective, their point of view. And when they are speaking, try to repeat what they are saying and elaborate further what they are saying. Agree with them what they are saying. The more you elaborate on their points, the more they feel they are understood. And the more they feel that you're on their side with them. Establishes good rapport and good understanding with each other and diffuses the core issues. You need to know yourself. Where do you agree with this person in this point of view, and where do you not agree with this person from that point of view? So if you know what exactly you agree and disagree, what is interesting is that when you lay out the alternatives, because before that you were agreeing with them and they're nodding at their heads, and once you pull up your alternatives, you will find that they continue nodding their heads, agreeing with you because firstly, you agreed with them, and then whatever you say after next, they will continue to agree with you. What you're doing is laying out alternatives that your opponent have not considered before. You can make your opponent switch sides and agree with your alternative viewpoints. Secret number 2 is stop using absolutes. When you are using the word all, you are generalizing. And absolutes are actually universal principles. For example, all people wear clothes. Or when taken out of context, you use it in certain statements such as all teachers in that school are lazy, all students from that school are lazy, or all boys are playful, or all girls love playing dolls. Generally used to exaggerate a point, but sometimes when you are having this argument with the other person and you're trying to use absolutes, it can sometimes corner you up because people can use it to their advantage. You're arguing using absolutes, people will find exceptions and loopholes to it, and they will come and haunt you with those. And you spend all your time trying to justify it. At the end of the day, you're putting yourself in the spot when you could have avoided it from the first place. If you're arguing using absolutes, people can have the chance to find an exception to it. And more often than not, you will find yourself trying to eat back your words or trying to justify what you're trying to say, and that's not necessary. Why put yourself in the spot in the first place? So avoid using absolutes. Secret number 3 is to be flexible. Don't look at it as an argument. Look at it from the perspective that you're going into the discussion because you want to learn something, you want to understand the situation. There's something from the other perspective that you may not know about. Add it as a discussion to gain insights. And when you put yourself into that perspective, you find that your body is much more calmer and you are more relaxed and you can have a better conversation. And by reconsidering your views, that means that you separate yourself from your perspective. There are 2 separate methods. So when you reconsider your views, because it's possible that you might be wrong from certain perspectives, then you'll be able to go into the discussion with an open mind, so that when you walk away from the discussion, you will be gaining more knowledge than you first went in. An argument, know that you are not necessarily always right. Go with the mindset that you want to understand the other person's perspective, and then you can walk away knowing that you are making that decision with an accurate point. So if your opponent is making a good point, acknowledge the good point they have made, and then they will extend the same respect to you as well. And at the end of the discussion, you'll find that you walk away with a better relationship and also a better respect for each other. It's not to get personal. Don't jump into insults. Don't jump into arguments, because it clearly reflects on you. When you jump into insults, it tells others that you have no points left to argue about. You have nothing left to say. That is why you go low and you go to the approach that is insulting to other people. When you have nothing left to say, it leaves you at a disadvantage. Just like Michelle Obama says, when they go low, we go high. So never put yourself at the lower end of the stick. If you have nothing to justify, don't create news or stories in your head just because you want to win an argument. So don't ever merge your beliefs versus yourself. They are 2 separate things. And remember, at the end of it, go back to the goal, what you want to achieve from that discussion. Make it clear that you're not disagreeing with that person, rather you're disagreeing with that perspective. Perhaps there's something that was not thought through about. That person is not attached to the argument. I have a problem with the argument. I understand why you did it, and I'm not saying that you're wrong. At the same time, there are certain problems that I see unaddressed. So what you're doing is avoid triggering the defense mechanism of your opponents. Rather, you are validating their points. People are terrified being told that they are wrong decisions. But if you're unsure, just admit that you don't know. Don't try to justify the situation, because it will cause you to misquote facts, to create stories, and this is not what we want to achieve. When you do not admit that you don't know something, you try to keep on with the argument, and it helps no one. Secret number 5 is to avoid competition. In reality, there's no competition, there's no winner and no loser. We are not here to fight to win. It's not a bullfight. Because if you win the argument and you make the other person feel lousy, what's in it for you? You'll feel bad as well. Nobody wins in a fight. If you win, you feel frustrated, you feel guilty for making the person feel bad. If you have the natural talent to tell a joke, just tell a joke in the middle of it and have a good laugh. Because laughing, it really releases the tension. And when you tell a joke, you must be willing to be able to take in a joke as well. If the joke's on you, just laugh at it. It's okay. Because you're telling a joke, people laugh, and people tell you a joke and you laugh. If you win that argument, remember to leave an escape route for your opponent so that your opponent can leave without losing face. You don't want them to feel bad. So before you decide whether you want to win that argument, ask yourself this question. Do you want to be right, or do you want to do the right thing while maintaining your composure, looking cool, calm and collected? Let me know in the comments below what is your biggest takeaway from this video. What are the tips that you're going to implement? To share it with me in the comments below. And remember to click on the subscribe and notification bell so that you will receive notifications of my new videos whenever it comes out. I hope to see you in my next video soon. Bye!